Good day everyone, I am Marian Isguera from 3CRIA2-4 of Pin Maaralo University from College of Criminal Justice Education. And this is presented to Dr. Elenita G. Cuenca. This is entitled as Ink Analysis, which is the final laboratory exercise wherein I will discuss the nature, source, and purpose of ink, the three basic groups of ink properties, the methods used in ink analysis, and the importance of ink analysis in criminal investigation. The objectives I should meet are identify the different properties of ink and explain the importance of ink analysis in criminal investigation. So, let's start with the ink and its nature, sources, and purposes. So, basically, ink is a gel, soil, or solution that contains at least one colorant such as dye or pigment. So, si ink daw is composed of many solution and meron siyang colorant such as gamit yung dye or pigment. So, mamimili ka daw kung anong kulay yung nagugustuhan mo. Ink is made of a mixture of ingredients including solvents, pigments or dyes, resins, varnishes, and waxes. So, si ink daw is made of mixture of ingredients. For example, is yung solvents, yung pigments or dyes kung anong kulay yung gusto mo. Resins, ito yung mga nakikita sa mga puno. Varnishes, and waxes. Ink is used to color a surface to produce an image, text, or design. So, yung purpose ni ink is para makapag-create ng image, text, or even yung mga design. And now, let's proceed in the properties of ink. First is the optical properties. It can do color matching or the ability to precisely duplicate another color. So, in optical properties, malalaman on how opaque or transparent the ink is. In this property, malalaman din kung anong type ng materials yung ginamit sa ink. For example, is yung watercolor painting, they need to do matching to duplicate the color. Second is the structural properties. This refers to its consistency or hardness or softness. An ink's body can be very soft or fluid or hard and stiff. So, yung structural ink's body is about sa softness or hardness ng isang ink body. For example of soft and fluid is the newsprint and gravure inks. Ito yung mga ginagamit sa ink sa mga food, like yung mga food wrap, like yung junk foods. And the example of hard and stiff is the calotype inks. Ito yung mga ginagamit na ink pag nagpiprint sa mga hard surface like yung glass. And third is the drying properties. The object is removed from pigment, allowing the pigment to harden and solidify the surface of the substrate. So, in drying properties, when the ink is filled, then i-absorb ng surface yon, and after that, it will proceed in drying with the use of oxidation. Unti-unti nang matutuyo yung ink hanggang sa maging hardened enough na siya or maging solid. In ink analysis, there are three methods to be used in ink analysis. First is the microspectrophometry. This is the way of discovering the true color of the ink. So, ito yung mga machine na ginagamit para malaman yung color ng ink through the use of ultraviolet or infrared light. Second is the thin layer chromatography. This is a method for analyzing mixture by separating the compounds in the mixture. So, TLC can be used para ma-determine yung number of components sa mixture, yung identity of compounds, and yung purity of the compounds. And last is the high-performance liquid chromatography. This can be used as an alternate to the thin layer chromatography. So, just like the TLC, ilalagay din yung ink sample sa long thin metal, then huhugasan with the use of mixture of solvent. Through this procedure, ma-identify yung destructive and non-destructive methods of analysis, and there are 90% na ma-identify yung ballpoint pen inks. And last, let's talk about the importance of ink analysis in criminal investigation. So, ink analysis is very essential, especially in question documents. Analysts will identify if there are alteration or addition in the evidence like checks or wills. In ink analysis, they can also differentiate the ink's color like black and blue. They may look similar but there are differences between them. And also, the analyst can identify the different components of black pens. They may be similar in color, which is black, but they have the different components. And through that, it will become an evidence that will possibly win the case. Again, I am Marian Isguera, your presenter from 3CRI 2-4, and this is presented to Dr. Elenita G. Cuenca. And the objectives I met is identify the different properties of ink and explain the importance of ink analysis in criminal investigation. Thank you and God bless.
Kick. Hey, hey, hey.